Salutations wet shavers, Spencer here, back for another shave video. Back again, it's the day after my Parthenon razor. I'm going to use it on a daily shave, well it's been less than 24 hours, and see how comfortable it sort of goes. So I'm going to be using it in the lower settings, 1 till 3 sort of. Still got the same blade in it, still got the Gillette super stainless in there, still looking beautiful as usual, really like this. Although it did get ruined. Someone who I cannot remember the name of, I think it was Michael, goes, that just looks like a Gillette, the Wilkinson sword, the plastic one, like up at the head, and now I can't unsee it. So thank you very much, you've ruined the razor for me. Nah, it's still an awesome looking razor. But today is about the brush. The brush is something really different, sent to me by DC Cosmetics, and I really like the look of this brush. Especially the knot, I think it looks awesome. I used it a couple of times. I'm pretty sure off camera though. I don't think I've recorded a shave with it, and I didn't have good results. Didn't really enjoy it whatsoever. Just felt weird, was very hard to display, and yeah, just didn't have a fun time. And I've been seeing my good mate Nav. He loves this knot. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's one of his top knots. And that is the flat top by DC Cosmetics. Now, unfortunately, during transit of moving house, I got a little dent in this one just because I didn't have a case or anything for it. But I've slowly worked it out, and it's getting close to back to normal. So it's still pretty decent. Still got a really big flat top base along here. And basically what Nav said was to use little to no pressure. And I did a test lather probably half an hour ago, and it actually worked okay. And it was actually perfect for daily shaves because it was a thin lather. Still lathered up really nicely, but it's not your big explosive lathers which I'm used to from synthetics. But in terms of badges and bore brushes, I actually don't mind that. I like thinner lathers, especially on daily shaves. I don't feel the need to cake my face up in 3 inches of lather to take off less than a day's growth. A little bit different if I've got, 2, 3, 4 days growth, something like that, if I ever let it get to 4 days. But yeah, so I think this will be pretty decent. What do you guys think of the look? I'm someone who's always loved the very different stuff, so for me this knot is absolutely awesome. I think it's cool, and it's the plisson sort of style with the greyish fibres on top. I do have a plisson here, actual plisson. But yeah, so a little bit blacker around that ring, but it's still got the same grey tips, which I absolutely love. This plisson, probably top 3 synthetic. I absolutely love it. But yeah, handle on this one, it looks sort of mass produced. There's a little bit of sort of sparkle going on there, nothing crazy. By the way, it's DS Cosmetics. I've absolutely failed that. It'll be right in the title though, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to wet the brush. The awesome soap that I'm going to be using today is Italian Barber Amici. Got a little bit of soap on there. Rub that off. Italian Barber Amici. Now this is one of my absolute favourite value for money shaving items in the history of shaving items that I've used. And I've got the awesome matching splash. This was amazingly sent to me by Kai Triska in a massive soap trade that we did ages ago. And I love this. It's grapefruit. Really nice. I'm not actually huge on fruity scents. I thought I would absolutely love fruity scents, but pretty much the only ones I absolutely love is this. And I know there was another one. Well, I love Isacco by Abate Elementia. That is apple and fig. I think that's gorgeous, and banana and coconut. But mainly the citrus ones I'm not too huge on. Grape ones I really enjoy. Hubba Hubba by Shaver Heaven is absolutely gorgeous. So with this, all I've done is I've wet the tips. I'm going to try keep them a little bit wet, I think. We'll see how that works. Right, so all I'm doing is only using the tips to get the lather into the brush. I'm not going to splay it at all. When I put it on the face, it's only going to be very minimal pressure. Try and utilize the tips of the flat top as much as I can. And as Nav explained it in the message, it made a little bit more sense to me, actually utilizing that flat top. So that's what I'm going to be trying today, and see how I go. So, like I said, it'll probably be a thinner lather. That's just what I've gotten from my test lathers. I've only used this brush 2 times, including that test lather, so 2 or 3 times maybe. So I think that's enough of a load there. Basically, last time I was using it, that's all it was doing. It was staying in this little thin cylindrical shape and it was just rolling around. It didn't do anything. Added a touch of pressure, made it a lot better. So, warm water to the face. Actually, there's menthol in this aftershave, so I'm going to go cold water shave today. After my shave yesterday, my face is no irritation at all. So that razor did really well with that blade combo. So I'm absolutely stoked with that. Right, let's go. See what I mean? How it sort of splays a little differently. It sort of just swirls around. But as I was adding water, it was actually going to a really sheeny, really nice lather as I was using it. I used Soap Commander for it, which I haven't used in a very long time. It's a decent formula, especially for a vegan soap base, really good. Comparable to probably like Katie's Bubbles and stuff like that in terms of vegan formula. Pretty good, but nothing that blows my socks off. But yeah. So as you can tell, it is that little bit thinner. What I think that is from, in my opinion, is the really high density. So it's still got good flow through. The flow through is really good, but the density sort of wipes back a lot of that lather. But for a daily shave, this is really good. So I'm actually quite happy with this lather. Razor. We are definitely dialing this down. What is it on? It's on 3. I'm going to move it to 2 and see how we go. A lot of people are commenting saying, you know, this is one of the most aggressive razors I've used. I really do think that they've altered the adjustments. This is nowhere near the most aggressive razor I've used, or adjustable. So the Rocknell Sailor is still more aggressive, and from memory, the Rex Ambassador is more aggressive. So I'm really thinking that they've altered the adjustments in here, which is fantastic. So let's go, first pass. That's as smooth as silk. That's just absolutely gorgeous. I do like the Gillette Super Stainless. The only thing they sort of lack for me is that a little bit more of a bite, a little bit more sharpness. But they do very well. Yeah, I want to message Q-Shave, see if they did alter the adjustments, because if they did, man, you need to spread that word. You need to go, look, we've adjusted it, we've fixed it to the customer's desires, and it's now a very good razor, because it really is. I had a whole bunch of my boutique razors that I was wanting to start using a little bit more. Home Type 15, Asylum XL. There was quite a few there that I pulled out and went, yep, can't wait to use these. All I want to do is use this bad boy. Really good razor. It's just a joy to use. I'm really liking the length too. And I mean, number 2 is just really mild, like Feather ASD2 mild. Heaps of residual slickness with Amici. It's just insane for the price. Pretty sure this soap's like, what, something stupid like $3 US or something. I can't remember, but oh, it's so cheap. Such a good staple for people at home. All right. One pass. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm actually going to put it on to setting 3 and see how comfortable it is. I'm just probably going to go a sort of like across the grainy sort of thing, not so much against the grain. Just probably not 2 days in a row. Touch of water. All right, I'm changing my mind. I'm actually really liking this brush. It's just really easy. So Nav, thank you for once again proving me wrong. I always just trust his knowledge just with the bore brushes. I bought a whole bunch from him a while ago, and he told me about them, and he was just right in every sense whenever he explained a brush to me. So I was just looking at this brush going, what am I doing wrong? Not using it right. This razor is so safe and easy to use. So yeah, I remember a lot of the early reviews were saying how aggressive it was, and that made me keep my eye on them because I like aggressive razors. But now that it does have good adjustability, and number 9 for me is pretty much the perfect amount of aggression. It's really nice. It's just an absolute bargain for me. I know a lot of people have sort of been like me. They've had their eye on it, but they're just waiting for some more words from it. A little bit more approval, you know. And I can't approve this high enough. I really, really enjoy it. All right. I'll probably switch out the blades in that for the next one. My God, the residual slickness. I don't get it. I've used some other RazoRock soaps. I won't name them. And this formula is better. Yeah, it's like a tenth of the price. I've used a lot of soaps, actually, that are more expensive and don't feel as good. I don't understand. Is there something different they've done with the formula? I don't know, but it's fantastic. It really is. I'll read out the ingredients actually. Stearic acid, water, coconut oil, potassium hydroxide, fragrance, limonene and benzyl benzoate. It's a vegan and I would have absolutely had no idea. No idea. I'm serious. It's freaking good. Everything in this shave, really good. I've just realised I've probably just done such an awesome value shave. Parthenon, absolutely killer. I think someone here in Australia was saying that he can get this from Alibaba for $54 posted. That is so hard to knock. Absolutely so hard to knock, especially once you've used it. I know some people will go, nah, it's not a hugely reputable brand, which is fair enough, but Q-Shave have been actually making shaving goods for a long time. Lots of them and at high quality, and I can vouch for that now. Absolutely fantastic. I've heard their Futur clone is really good as well. I wouldn't mind giving that a bit of a whirl. But this is awesome. Parthenon, absolutely killer. It is now my benchtop sort of piece. It's there on its stand just because it's probably the only razor that I've got with a stand and it looks awesome. We're going to rock the Amici Splash. We're going to smell like very cooling grapefruit and it's the bomb. Absolutely love this aftershave splash. It's got menthol in it too, which is just, it's shocked me the first time I used it. I didn't expect the menthol. Oh, another very close shave. Really good feeling aftershave too. What an awesome shave. Alright. I'll clean off the brush after this. I'd like to thank you guys very much for watching. I'm sorry you'll probably see a little bit more use of the Parthenon later down the track. I'm just really wanting to experiment with blades and that type of thing. I will be switching up soaps and maybe brushes. I know I wanted to break in that bore brush, but this one was just really important to me to get out. I'll just give it a quick dry, just to show it again. The DS Cosmetics flat top. Really, really nice brush. If you are after something different, you want to experiment with your shaves, which I think if you're coming into wet shaving, it's really hard not to do. You start experimenting with blades, you start experimenting with soaps and soap scents. When it comes to brushes and razors, and I just always try and go for something different and see if I enjoy it. And that was actually very enjoyable. I really highly recommend that brush now. I'm very, very glad that I persist with products. You know, whenever something fails, I don't blame it on the product, right? That's a very important thing to do. If you use it for the first time, there may be a little chance that it might be your fault too. So if you guys have products that you've tried once and didn't work, ask some people around who have some very good experiences with them and ask them, you know, like, what are you doing that I'm not doing? And you can learn to improve your shaves just like I did with that brush. I think it's really cool. I know a lot of you guys may not like it. I know a lot of people aren't a big fan of flat tops. I've always loved flat tops. And my favorite one, I sent over to Tony. I hope that one's doing well, mate. That TGN silver tipped flat top. A grade silver tip, I think, or was it AAA grade? I can't remember, but it's an awesome little brush and a beautiful butterscotch handle. Anyway, I'm going to start ranting, just blabbing on too much. I'm going to head off. You guys take care, stay safe, make sure you guys keep positive, keep smiling, guys, and don't get sick. Catch you later. I'm off for some drinks. Bye.